This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson. Yes, they wanted Steen replaced. Also, we got to talk about Quinyon Mitchell possibly staying in the slot. And lastly, more Hassan Reddick drama, but there's another defensive end that's out there the Eagles should take a look at. But let's get straight into it. All right, so let's hop straight into it. Let's talk about Tyler Steen, man. Tyler Steen, interesting guy. You know, he was drafted, 2 years ago. We just knew he was going to be somebody replacement, maybe the right guard. We had a feeling it will be that. So far, it's not looking too good for him. You know, we seen glimpses of him last year. I'm like, well, he was okay. I mean, and I gave him a pass. I'm like, well, it was Dallas. He was a rookie. He was getting beat up on. It just, didn't look too good. It was okay. Like, it wasn't the best performance. And he just seemed like an okay player. I don't see elite. I'm sorry. I don't see it. And a lot of people believe in him. A lot of people actually hate when I go in on Tyler Steen. And I don't really go in. I just think he's an average player. He's a average, guard or even tackle in this league. I don't see, again, I don't see the elite guy. But we know with Stoutland, he can get guys going. And so far, it just don't look like that's the case. It don't. Like, you draft Keegan, you draft Keegan, you sign Mekhi Becton. And a lot of people are like, well, Mekhi Becton is just going to be, a swing tackle and a backup and whatever. So Jason Kelce actually goes to Mekhi Becton like, bro, why you don't play right guard? Why is that? Why would Jason Kelce, a legend in this game, go to him, tell him like basically like, yo, take Tyler Steen's spot? That's what he basically said. And if you think I'm just making this up, let's listen to Mekhi Becton.
And I wasn't expecting to play guard, so this early. So I mean, like I didn't really have no thoughts about it, no heavy thoughts about it.
When did they first bring up the topic? Was it before you signed? Did they say we might want to do this, or was it after you got here?
No, it was probably when I mean, it wasn't really no topic to bring up. I mean, it was just one of those things. Like I just heard it, everybody talking about it, and then I remember Kelce asked me how did I feel about playing guard, and I was just like, I mean, I'll try it out. I don't really care, but it's just. Shit just happens, I guess.
And how much did it help you, like getting some left guard experience, like in minicamp, like that?
It helped me out a lot getting experience for every position except for center. So it's always a help to know that I can do other positions.
I know Landon's on the other side, but what have you learned from him? Kind of talk to him.
Just knowing the guard footwork and knowing that it's tighter than what it needs to be, tighter than what I had at tackle. So just learning like his little moves that he do, trying to do what he do. So things like that.
How valuable was?
You see? He like, yo, I heard the word going around like, yo, go for the right guard, go for the right guard. And he gave it a shot because he knew that was his opportunity to start. And I said this too. I was like, yo, if Tyler Steen get hurt or something like that, Mekhi Becton's going to take that spot. Oh, Eagle Owl, you tripping, Tyler Steen? I'm like, I'm telling you, man, I just don't see it. What do you know? He get an ankle injury. I'm like, yeah, Mekhi Becton's going to, get that spot, and I don't think he's ever going to let go. Y'all call me crazy again. What ended up happening? Mekhi Becton got that spot and never let go. I think it say more about Tyler Steen. Now, I judge rookies after 3 years. That will forever be my rule. Forever be my rule. Even though I go in on Anaya Smith a couple times here and there, but Anaya Smith is completely showing no flashes at all. But I give rookies 3 years, to be fair. Rookie year, you're trying to figure it out. Second year, you may be there, but third year, no excuses. That's why I'm so hard on the Kobe Dean, too. So Tyler Steen's going to his second year, and maybe he's just not ready. Maybe he's just not ready. But there's another report, and this is take it with a grain of salt. And shout out to Tom States. He, give out Twitter news about the Philadelphia Eagles, and he mysteriously got this DM because Trevor Keegan had one hell of a game at left guard, and this is what the person DM Tom States. And mind you, this is third party source. Some insider info I would like to share with you. I have a friend that works for the St. Charles PD in Illinois and works with Trevor Keegan's uncle. He told us that after Trevor was drafted, Lane Johnson immediately called him to invite him to move in with him and expect Trevor to win the right guard competition. And I'm telling y'all, man, if this is true, the team don't value Tyler Steen. I believe they simply believe he's not ready. I believe he's not ready. I just don't think he's ready. I'm not saying he's going to be trash in the future or whatever, whatever. I just don't think he's ready. When I watch Tyler Steen, I don't see a guy that's ready. I see a guy that's strong, can move, but I don't see like, wow, he's that guy. Like when I seen Landon Dickerson, immediately I knew he was the guy. He was the guy. And we know how Kelce is. We know how Lane is. They would keep it real. They would keep it a buck. But Lane always said he liked playing with bigger guards. And Tyler Steen, it's not that big like that. And maybe Lane Johnson believed Tyler Steen just can't hold up. He can't hold up. And Lane Johnson will keep it real. Jason Kelce even said about Mulata, and he was wrong about Mulata. He like, yo, when I first seen him play, I thought he was trash. But he kept working and kept grinding and became that guy. Maybe Tyler Steen got to get in the lab, keep working, keep grinding, and become that guy. Prove these dudes wrong. But I believe personally, the team don't believe in him. I just believe that. My own eyes show me, he's not ready. He's not ready, man. And speaking of a guy, let's talk about Hassan Reddick. That dude, that guy that we all wish that just wasn't traded. But at some point, you got to see what Nolan Smith and these guys got. So more, I guess, Hassan Reddick drama. Hassan Reddick traded to the Jets. Eagles let him explore a trade. The Jets damn near promised him that he would get paid, and then they walked it back like, nah, we got to see this, see that. Then we'll work with you. Hassan Reddick said absolutely not, and then we just seen this thing stalled out. Cause I remember making a video on it at the time, and that was just me guessing. I'm like, yo, Hassan Reddick not going to OTAs or anything. He haven't got paid. It'd be interesting what goes on with Hassan Reddick with the Jets. Do they pay him? Because they technically don't have to pay him. They don't have to pay him, but I think they should. You gave up some assets for him and feel like a free third round pick. Because I don't see Hassan Reddick putting on a Jets uniform without money. He's taking all these fines, all these hits. And as of yesterday, he requested a trade. And literally 30 minutes later, the Jets said they're not trading him. I don't know what the Jets are doing. The Jets, when you trade for a guy like that, you got to have the contract ready. You got to have it ready. I think Hassan Reddick is being done wrong, in my opinion. I, it's so messed up. Because if he was going to go through this anyway, he's better off just sticking it out with the Eagles and then going to another team, see if we could get that big contract. But he didn't. He didn't. He got traded. Thought the Jets were going to pay him. They just simply did not pay him. They just simply did not pay him. So I do feel bad for Hassan Reddick. And again, for the people that think he's going to come back, you paid Bryce Huff. You got to see what Nolan Smith got at some point. You got Josh Sweat there. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I would love for it to happen. Well, it's not going to happen, man. Like, Hassan Reddick, I don't think fit Fangio's scheme because I seen Nolan Smith dropping back. I seen Bryce Huff dropping back from time to time. Josh Sweat even admitted, like, I don't like it too much, but I do it. But he's even dropping back. So I don't think Hassan Reddick a fit. It would just actually make us mad if we pay Hassan Reddick a lot of money if Vic Fangio don't use him right. So instead of Vic Fangio going through the headache and trying to transform Hassan Reddick to something he's not, why pay him? Just trade him and get an asset, and maybe we could get somebody. And I like Jalen Hunt too, man. I like the young guys we got. So at some point we got to see what they got. They know Hassan Reddick. Nolan Smith got the potential of being that guy, but I think Nolan Smith is more versatile than Hassan Reddick. So you gotta use your young guys, man. But there is a guy we can trade for. It's Matt Judon. I mean, we in New England right now. We're not even going to. We're in New England right now. See what they talking about, Howie Roseman. And well, Matt Judon won a new contract too, but do he want to win? I don't know what's his priority right now. I think he'd be a great fit for the Philadelphia Eagles for sure. Older guy, vet guy. We know he can step in and do his thing. We know he can somewhat cover as well. He could do a little bit more than Hassan Reddick can do. I mean, just give it a call, see what they want. But Jaylus Hunt is the interesting guy because that's why I'm not in a push for an edge because I truly want to see what the young guys got, and if they're good, why lose assets? Why sign these other dudes to big contracts? Whereas though your future is right there, your future is right there. So I don't think there should be a push. If there's a push for anything, safety, maybe linebacker. I'm starting to get convinced that we're okay with linebacker. Maybe linebacker. You know, it's just other things you could worry about. The edge. Edge would be one of the last things unless we just simply not getting no pressure. No pressure at all. So yeah, that's how I feel about the edges, man. And hopefully Hassan Reddick, you know, get his money. That's what he want. He wants money for his last hurrah. He knows coming to an end. He want his contract. As simple as that. All right, so we're going to talk about Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell at the nickel. I hope they don't land at Dickerson. I hope they don't land at Dickerson. And what I mean by that is that Landon Dickerson was drafted to be a center. He played the left guard so good. He's like, you want to stay here? He's like, sure. So he ended up staying at left guard. But what I seen from Quinyon Mitchell, just a couple snaps, it looked like he really fits there. And even Vic Fangio said he doesn't want to overload his plate or whatever. But let me play this clip.
Both nickel and outside corner. He's a good player and is going to be a good player. We just have to be careful not to overload his plate too much because nickel is a full-time position as well as corner is. And he's having to learn both right now. And they're two drastically different positions. So we got to constantly monitor that to make sure he's capable of doing that.
You see, he like, yeah, right now, like he's a nickel. And again, what if he's just that good at nickel? What if he's just that good? Whereas though they just keep him there. I hope that's not the case because he was drafted to be an outside corner. But he might, if he's that good at nickel, he might transform that position forever because nickel's always, the smaller, bulkier guy who's basically an extension of the linebacker. But if Quinyon's that good, you might start seeing taller nickels who are fast, who could get, sideline to sideline. Because if Quinyon's that good and could stay there, now you think of the future, you're like, maybe you can keep Isaiah Rodgers and maybe you could put Keely Ringo on the outside and then have Quinyon in the nickel. What do that mean for Cooper DeJean? Honestly, I don't know. Cooper fit in where he could fit in, but I like that lineup with Rodgers, Ringo, and Quinyon Mitchell. But at the same time, do you want to keep your first rounder in that nickel like that who was drafted to play outside? Because what if he have a phenomenal year? Say Quinyon, catch like 3 to 4 picks in a nickel. And it's like, do you move it? Do you move somebody that can be great in that position? I don't know, man. So again, I hope he don't get Landon Dickerson. But at the same time, if he's good there, why mess it up? Why mess it up? But again, what do that mean for Cooper DeJean? I don't know. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Tyler Steen, how do we feel about that? Was I off on that? Also, Quinyon Mitchell, how do we feel about him possibly being permanently in the nickel? And Hassan Reddick. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.